Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. We're back. It's been a little while since our last time on ACC, but we're back on the Assetto courses. I'm just actually going to have a quick look through. Last time was our 4-hour race, which was early this month. Yeah, it was only a weekend, which was... Yeah, so it was about 3 weeks ago now, since our last time on ACC. No, we had the Aussie racing cars on the original, so of course a little while ago. Welcome Vala, Iris Geeky, good to see good few names, nice and early. We are just at the driver's briefing has just finished, so it has. Actually muted it to say hello since it was going on a bit longer than I thought it would for a social. But we're getting straight into qualifying. The remainder of the practice session was Forded, so we're on a little bit early. Let me get switched over. I was just during the end of quali there, I was doing fuel calculations. We're going to have about 20 litres will do, I think, for qualifying. Track has just gone optimum. So yeah, we're here for a Ford Vs Ferrari event. Of course, we have the Ferrari 296. And we're in. Welcome, Jesse. Good to see you too. Yes, we have the Ferrari 296 that we are in. And we also have the Ford Mustang, the new Mustang. Newish Mustang at this point. It's getting a little old. It has been around for a little while now. But yeah, we have just a good spread across the two cars. Let me try and see actually if I can see. Oh wow, we should have it. If we do have all 50 cars have signed up turning up, we should have a 25-25 split. But we need to get going for qualifying if we don't want to get caught up in the traffic. So far it looks like, from the practice server, the Ford Mustang seems to be slightly stronger. But when it's in the practice server, getting the thumbnail for the stream a little earlier for today, but in the practice before qualifying here, it seems to be a little bit more even than what I was expecting from that practice server. It's probably just quick Ford drivers were in the server and there weren't any quick Ferrari drivers, making it look a little bad. Could also be Ford drivers running quali sims, Ferrari drivers running race sims. That also helps with a little bit of pace discrepancy. But yeah, we should have a full 50 car field. There's currently 49 here. Of course, we do have, unlike the Mon Ultimate that we've been driving a bit more recently, getting into that. Cool tires aren't that bad, and we also have tire blankets. Right, we're waiting way too long here. I mean, that car behind us is about to be passed by the first car out of pit lane. And there's someone coming out of the pits. Very busy track, very busy. You can see how busy it is around the middle sector at the moment. But we're on for our first flying lap. Still a bit of a warm-up lap for us. As I haven't done, as I normally wouldn't, I haven't done any quali practice. Welcome, Clumsy. I'm going to be a bit annoyed if we run into traffic, being the 55 car in front. When they made a like 10-second gap to the car in front of them, like, come on, you don't need 10-second gaps. So after our first flying lap, we're able to put ourselves up into 16th. But we should be able to find a little bit more time as the session goes on. 9.5 minutes of the session remains. A little bit too early to full throttle there, had to back out of it a little bit. Third gear not giving us the same acceleration of that out of toe corner than what we had in second the previous lap. Tenth and a half up currently as we head into the penultimate corner. Picking up the inside curb, which helps rotate the car, and as such, a quarter of a second now. That will put us 21st. Better T1 now. Gives us a better run up through the S's. Thankfully the car in front of us went into pit lane, so we've got clear track again. 2/10 up just from that improved T1. Little too quick into the bus stop. But we still made up time. See the extra acceleration we get from second gear through to a corner. Bit too much curb there. Cleaner run out of third last corner. Half a second up now as we run to the line, back up to 21st. A couple of cars in front of us that we're catching. We still have a couple of seconds to them, so hopefully we don't catch them here. A little bit easier into the bus stop chicane, allows us to carry a little bit more speed out. That's gained us a couple of tenths on our delta. A little bit too deep into the chute there. Give us a per exit. Try and get the throttle earlier out of toe corner. Gives us a little bit of time, even if the car was wiggling around a little bit. Slightly braver through hill corner. Not carrying as much speed out of the left-hander there. Now we haven't been able to maximise the time we've had throughout the lap. We only gain a tenth. That only puts us 24th. But we're sitting very mid-pack at the moment. .9 seconds off the current provisional pole time. Though we are catching up to one of the Mustangs. As we catch a Ferrari rejoining. And to be honest with you, I think that's the best of our quali gone. All the medium and high speed corners, I should say long, medium and high speed corners, emphasis on long, does usually wear the tyres out a bit. And we're not in a good track position. Look at how many cars are behind us on the mini-map. Sliding there. I think I need to put a little bit of pressure in the rear tyres. So just go practice pit entry here. And we'll also just practice a little stop into the box. I don't intend on going back out this session. Not enough time remaining, and the traffic makes it very far from ideal. Nicely, we're quite far down pit lane. Getting on our box. Straight up. And so watch the rest of qualifying here. Ooh, for drivers, 8 tenths up on everyone? Little sus. So what, we're only 1.1 seconds off of P2, which sounds a bit better. We'll put our fuel back in. For the race. We'll put our rear tire pressure in. We're just a quarter of a hundredth off of 26th, the number 21 Yeah, we'll probably drop down. May run. Yeah, this is the Ford Vs Ferrari social race from Onid. I always link the host of the race I'm partaking in. Either their community page or their Discord, depending on what is sort of their preference. Some places it's all within their Discords, or some places use a site like SimGrid. In the case of Onid, so there is a link to their community page. So if you like the racing you see tonight and you want to get involved, you can find out what events they have coming up for their season of racing, which starts next week, if I am not mistaken. But yeah, times ran out for quali here. So just waiting for the final cars to finish their laps. Still sitting in a very busy mid-pack of the grid. We're at 48 now, so only 2 people not showing up, which is good to see. Well, Shimi couldn't make it tonight. It's always annoying, but at least we still have a nice full grid, and thanks for being here to watch along. Glad you. Hope you're not missing it out too much. I know sometimes if there's races I want to take part in, but for whatever reason I can't take part in. I don't know how best to describe it. But yeah, you sense trouble at the start of this race. Yeah, I do too. We qualified 29th then in the end. Let's just see. 4 Fords at the front of the grid. Gap to P1 massively reduced in the end, but Ford looks a little bit strong. Those gaps, quite a gap between the first 5 cars. Then it closes up a little bit. So we can see here, let's get ready for the race. There is a mandatory pit stop, of which a tire change is mandated. You'll notice there is no pit window, but there is instead a stint timer of 45 minutes. That means if you make one pit stop, you have to pit within the middle 10 minutes of the race. We probably have, Myron. We probably have. I mean, especially if you race around in the Onid community, which you say you do, you know. I've not done any of the Enduros this year. What have I done on this year? Yeah, I did the GT4s. I know they were kind of technically on another community, but it was Onid ran. The GT4s at the same time, Wednesday, Thursdays. What else? I've done the odd other thing. I've done the odd other thing. But I can't remember. Most of it, for me and Onid this year, has been the original Seto courses stuff. But yeah, I'll be doing the 2.4-hour series on Sundays coming up. No, I never did the Friday league. No, I haven't raced Fridays. a Friday series ever on ACC, I don't think. No, I don't think I have. We have a full formation lap here. 124 litres should see us through the race, so we're going to take 64 litres at start, and then... no, I don't think I've done Fridays.
30 seconds.
I've done Mondays at some points. I've done Tuesdays. I've done Wednesdays, Thursdays. I don't think I've done Fridays, though. Certainly not of recent. But yeah, we're getting right here for the formation lap. We've got a full formation lap.
Going single file.
But yeah, Geeky, you say you were sensing trouble at the start. I am very worried for trouble at the start of this race. Yeah, the GT3 series from September, October was yeah, GT3 was Thursdays. But yeah, I will be able to make all those Sunday rounds. Hope should nothing go wrong. But yeah, it's not often I do a Sunday series. I've usually stayed away from them because there's in the past there's been the possibility of esports work over the last couple of years. But also then when you get into the racing season, like Grand Prix and such, it's like I generally like having my Sundays free just to watch a bit of real life racing. But of course we're in that early part of the year where there isn't any real life racing going on at the moment. So it's like, hey, you know, let's, before the racing series start around the world, let's let's have fun in a series, you know. And I do enjoy longer form races, so it's like, hey, yeah, why not enjoy a 2.4 hour series? That will make up one of 3 weekly series I race in for over the next couple of months. But I will talk about them when we get into next year, most likely. To be honest with you, Geeky, I don't really remember back to July. That was like forever ago for me. I barely remember back to September or October, let alone July. And if the way, because the grid has to form up so much, we kind of just get to spend a couple of corners at full racing speed just to make sure we catch up in time. Of course, the back row of the grid are going to have an even tougher job. They're going to spend a bit more time catching up. Actually, I tell you what, I have had a regular Friday series this year. but was not on ACC, it was on Forza.
Green light. Go, go, go.
As we head away for the start, let's hope it's a clean start.
Clear on the left.
It certainly hasn't been.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Control light limit on the front.
Well, that's not how I expected the T1 crash. Yeah, that's not how I expected to get collected in that. I have seen clean starts at Watkins Glen. Some of them have come after the race was restarted once for a big crash up the S's, which is where I was expecting the big crash to be today. It seems like the S's haven't been that bad. And the crash has been entirely at T1 and then sort of the exit of T1. Will not change tires.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
It's still 38 seconds of damage repair is a lot. But because of the stint timer,
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I wanted to overtake that Mustang, but
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
it's only one wide going into the pit lane, though they were nice and slow into the pits, so we got a nice cheeky wee overtake in there. As the tracks are opened up a little bit. We can turn the indicator off. Hopefully we'll get back out before the traffic. It's a little far back. But yeah, 40 seconds stopped. Funny enough, the car that we share a pit box with is also into the pits. This will be very tight on if we get out in time. I think we might just do it, but we'll probably get caught up. Oh, it's gonna be tight.
Let's go. Go, go, go.
We're out on the lead lap by 5 seconds. This is gonna be painful. Oh, this is gonna be so painful. All I can do is push flat out. Hope for the best.
Faster cars approaching. Yellow flag accepted.
Ford isn't close enough. They're also flashing their lights already, which is a bit early.
Car on the right. By the way, this is me, Mercedes. Clear on the right. Faster car behind you. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I'm not really in clean air. Every so often, cars just go to catch up to the back of me to lap me. In which case I'll lose time just being passed. Luckily it's not being as awkward as I first thought it would be. Well then go on, make a move.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
Mustang should be able to get through on the straight here.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
More cars in pit lane. We're up to 34th. Which is also my race number, coincidentally.
Faster car approaching. Watch out.
The annoying thing is, because of the pit window, it's not like we can do anything different on strategy to try and get out of this traffic. We're kind of just stuck in here. Luckily our pace isn't too bad, so we're not dropping like a stone through the pack. We're just having the odd car come past us.
Faster car behind you.
Yeah, but they'll need to come through pit lane again. There's still that 45-minute stint timer, and there's still an hour of the race to go. Okay, yes, they don't have to change tires. So they theoretically could just drive through pit lane and save 30 seconds. Now it's the next pack of cars that I'm worried about. Because it's not just one car that's coming. It's pretty much the beginning of the whole field. Which is where things are going to get a lot messier. I mean, what would be nice is if the two cars at the front of this pack could hold each other up and maybe start a three-way fight. That's really what I would like to see here.
Flag accepted. Car on the left. Green on the left.
The cars behind are fighting, but it looks like the Mustang 301 at the head of the train is going to break away. Front left tire pressure is getting hot. Tire's actually over 100 degrees, which isn't good.
Slow car ahead.
Was not expecting that. Well, up to 30 seconds now. Okay, we're probably going to get past the 301 Mustang, but the handy thing is the cars behind, the Ferraris and so on, have slowed each other up and have actually lost time to me. I messed up that chicane all by myself. And then I was just trying to avoid the other Ferrari. But it's very difficult to rejoin at that bus stop, it's so bumpy.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I was not expecting that Mustang to brake so early.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I don't know why they're going slowly.
Faster car coming behind. Watch out. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Yellow flag, brake it. Faster car coming up behind you.
That's a very awkward place to be.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That's not good line 3T1, too much apex curb. I will say, I feel like I'm struggling with braking a little bit. Just gonna try that. Turning the ABS down.
Car is exiting the pits. Watch out.
Oh, finally a car can maybe race for position. They have completed their mandatory stop. but we're still more than 45 minutes away from the end of the race, so they will have to go through pit lane. I imagine they'll only have to be taking a drive-through though. In which case, well, we may be battling for position. It really, there's still like 30 seconds up the road from where I am, sort of effectively. But hey, maybe we'll get a bit of a fun race here for a few laps. Yeah, unfortunately there was a lap 1 incident that we got caught up with. A little bit of a temporary chicane there.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
The tyres are definitely damaged to some degree from the lap 1 incident and then the spin I had by myself coming out of the bus stop. I do not appreciate being driven into. Yeah, the drivers have changed onto new tires. I just don't have the grip to quite fight with them. Though for trying to drive up my diffuser last lap, I'm going to be a pest. Alright. Try and cause a big crash then. Too much carb. Oh, and is it too surprising that those two had a crash? I would say not. Yeah, just don't have the grip to live around the outside there. tires just feel so bad on the front end of the car, so I'm going to pit at the end of this lap.
Keep pushing.
I don't know where he was having a look. He's still like a year back in racing terms.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I had to lift for like 500 meters, no, 300 meters to let that Mustang past, which is very generous. Right, we are gonna pit here. Curious to see where we'll come out in traffic-wise. We're 27th as we come into the pits here. That might be perfect. Yeah, it's about perfect. We also have like 3/4 of a second of damage from when the Ferrari bumped the back of us.
Mandatory stop. It's not clear. Let's go. Go.
So, just over 34 minutes left in the race.
Slow car ahead. Car on the left. Man on the left. Faster car approaching. Watch out. Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Lapped car in the wall. Car behind us is damaged. Still has to pit. Car definitely feels very different now with new tires. Front end is biting a lot more.
Yellow flag accepted.
Yes. It's just taking a little getting used to. I didn't know if I could see that Mustang's indicator going and that they were going into pit lane, but they weren't on the inside of the white line, so, or the yellow line as it is here, so I assumed they weren't. I hope they're not defending, because I'm just out on fresh tires. I'm gonna be faster than you. Mustang has best straight line speed, but when it comes to the corners, I'm going to be faster than them again, so I hope they're not going to defend this.
Car on the left. We're on the left. Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
That just shows you how much more grip we have. And I probably should have pitted as soon as I could. So basically when we got one lap beyond the 45-minute remaining mark, just to get rid of those old tyres. It wouldn't have been ideal for the fuel. Of course then we would have needed, like, came out of the pits with 80 kilos of fuel instead of 60. But it probably would have been quicker.
There's a car leaving the pit. Watch out.
This Mustang looks quick. If they can make a move, I'll let them through. But they'll have to make the move. Two positions we can see on the relative in front of us. That Ferrari is going to help the Mustang here get a move done.
Clear on the right.
Seven and a half seconds now to the next car for P26. We are actually somehow higher than we qualified. I don't know how that's the case. Either way, that's the situation. This Mustang's not really quicker in the corners, just as a straight line speed. That was silly. That was so silly. I appreciate that the pink Mustang wants to go for a move here, but I also want to go for a move on this purple Mustang. So,
Faster car coming up behind you. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
next car, the 89 Ferrari, now in our relative.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Don't know where that Ferrari's trying to go.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Yellow flag, be careful there. There's a slow car behind. Yellow flag in sector 2.
I get one place from the 79 that's in the pits. We were, I think, about 2 seconds quicker than the 89 last lap. I can also see another car just at the top of the relative 23rd place. You can just tell that it's a white name. Mustang made a mistake behind. Yeah, the 555 there too in 23rd. Only 19 minutes left of the race though. So being realistic, I imagine 23rd is the best that we could possibly do. We're still going to need quite a bit of pace for that. Bit of luck as well, I would say. Only 8 tenths on the 89 in front of us. 5-second gap. If she'd be able to close down on the 89, the 555, I'm not too sure.
Yellow flag accepted.
That pink Mustang's starting to close up again. Same policy as before, if they can make a move, sure, go ahead, but I'll not be sort of helping them. 1.6 seconds. Last lap. On the 89. And 555 is now within 10 seconds. So this could be a good battle to end the race. There is the 89 in front of us now. One person clears their stop-go penalty for speeding in pit lane, another driver picks one up. 1.8 seconds that lap.
Watch out.
Of course, I'll be helped a little bit by the 510 getting past and lapping the 89. 7.5 seconds to the 555. And I'm very surprised that wasn't a track limit warning, considering I was positive, or green on my delta, I should say. $14 minutes to go.
Slow car.
I can't see what time the 555 did because of the cars that were passing in pit lane. So glad that Mustang backed off. Like, I want to let him through, but at the same time, I can't afford the time loss. I've got 2 positions to go claim.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That's 1 place, 5 seconds to the next place. 47.5. We still gained 7/10 this lap, despite the fact we had to overtake that Ferrari.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That Mustang was very patient, so I felt like that's the best opportunity to let them by with the least amount of time loss. Only lost half a second, I would say, in that. There's the Mustang that we're chasing. Four seconds in front now. Another 14 seconds to the 800 that is in P22. We'll definitely not be catching that in the remaining 10.5 minutes.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
That was such a weird bounce off the curb.
The faster car is approaching.
Ah well, what a disappointing end to the race. Disappointing end to a disappointing race, really.
Yellow flag in sector 2. There's a slow car behind.
Damage is by 26 seconds. So yeah, no way we're catching up the time lost from that.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
Oh,
Slow car ahead. Faster car.
Triple Five has had issues. The 89 looks like they were involved briefly. Maybe a couple of positions are on here. Back up to 24th. 1.5 seconds to 23rd. Just under 7 minutes to go here.
There's a slow car ahead.
Hopefully we have enough pace despite the damage to fight the 89 here.
There's a slow car ahead.
One second between us and 23rd again. Again, surprised that wasn't a track limit warning. Yeah, I seen that. Some are probably thinking it's better just to take the post-race time penalty than actually driving through pit lane. Though they'll actually probably have to serve that drive through. Before the end of the race.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That was way too easy. I just left the inside open there again. Was like, yeah, you won the place? Here, have it. Second place, the 800 Ferrari, It's going to be a bit up the road. We'll see the interval here as we come into the bus stop. 27 seconds. Yeah, that's not being caught. Just a little brush on the wall. Didn't actually do any damage to that. Leader's not too far behind us on track. I guess they had to reset their stint timer. That's actually a little bit annoying because in that case we would have been ahead of them if it wasn't for that crash on the curb. With the damage, I very much doubt that we'll have the pace to pass them. They don't seem to be driving too well. We'll have one more lap at the end of this lap. It'll have to be a last lap heroic. But 22nd is on the cards here. I need to drive better than that for 1/22nd. That Ferrari slowed up a lot there.
Even has finished already.
I wonder if they thought it was the last lap. Or if they had to save fuel.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Had to go for it. That was close. I'm probably too far back.
Alright, check it, Clay. Good job. You did the best you could. Now bring the car back.
And what this car deserves. I want to see what the tires were like. Significant graining. No wonder I was struggling for pace at the end of stints. Like graining at the end of Wally. Yeah, that's where my issue was this race. Significant graining. No, that's the final lap. That was it. Mustang top 5, not too much of a surprise. They didn't quite get the top 5 in quali. They did this time. We were close. We could have had a 22nd if it wasn't for that crash off the car, but towards the end, of course, we could have been far much further up if it wasn't for the lap 1 crash. Speaking of the lap 1 crash, did save the replay. Let us go have a look. Yeah, you can mitigate it in the setup. You can change your driving a bit to mitigate it. But like, I don't know what you would do on the setup to change it, and I'm not that fussed to like relearn my driving style. Like, I'm fairly sort of like, that's my driving style. I'm happy with that. I'll just continue on as is. But yeah, here's the start. I thought we were fairly sensible here. I don't know where that Mustang is going. This 56 here. Like, we were being sensible, and then they just push out there quite a bit, come back towards the racing line, and then, oh, it's this Ferrari here. What, 37. Just turns into the Ford. And that pushes the Ford across to me. Which, at this point, you can see I am braking. Like, if we reverse and slow this down here. Like, at this moment, I see what's going on over here. I'm like, this is about to go to shit. brake, and then the Ford's coming across. And yeah, that's not the Ford's fault. The Ford has just been hit by the Ferrari. As this Mustang speed it back up. I mean, I suppose. Oh, this Mustang's already gone for a full rotation. They were up in 14th. Oh, the Ferrari got spun into them. The 83, who I'm assuming gets hit by the 13. Oh, they got a bump from behind. The 510. Things do just kind of concertina up. That Ferrari that we were originally on board with here, the 83, was just kind of like, instead of sort of letting off the brake here and rolling speed into the corner, they scrub an extra 5 miles per hour off, which is why the cars behind them roll into them. The Ferrari is doing its best here to make a safe rejoin. This 171 Mustang, I think, could have done a slightly better job. You know, like, why are you rejoining here when, you know, you're effectively 4 wide here on the track, let alone the Ferrari that's over here that's really making it 5 wide. Yeah, like, I would say this Mustang's rejoin is the main reason why I got taken out there. Yeah, which is annoying. And then that, yeah. The 93. Yeah, not much they can do. As soon as they see me come across in front of them, they brake. And it's like, yeah. I want to see, though. It looks like more happens up here. Oh yeah, that Mustang comes back across and tags people. What Mustang was that? That's a 56. Wasn't it? Yeah. And they just quickly RTG'd. Yeah. So it all stemmed from the 83 being overly cautious into the first corner. And then the 171's rejoin, yeah, causing chaos for those that had remained on the track. Um, just looking at Discord, sorry for a moment. And I'm just saying, yeah, you're not the one that needs to apologize. The fry that went into us, who was it? Oh, not the fry, the Mustang, the 93 Mustang apologizing. I'm like, no, you're not the one that needs to apologize. Absolutely nothing you could do. Yeah, I want to try and find. I mean, this is going to be like impossible to find. Was it here? No, it was like. Further. No, it wasn't this close. It definitely wasn't that close to the end. Trying to find this 3 wide moment. Oh, here it is. Like, I did not need to go for this gap, knowing that the pink Mustang on the left is quicker than me. And it's like, I'm going to get past the 919 Mustang anyway. What place is the 919 in? They're done in 41st, so I'm going to get past them anyway. But just throw it down the middle of them anyway. What was the situation like here? So the 491 was catching the 919 here. The 919 gets a little bit wide, that allows the 491 to get alongside. They drift into each other. And then 919 probably spooked a little bit, is a bit slower, nearly cuts down on the 23. Yeah, and is just caught up in this load of traffic. They did quite well to not make any irrational movements in that and like cause a crash in that. It can be, when it gets difficult and busy like that, it can be very easy to make a misjudgment, to make a mistake that ends up causing a bigger crash. So yeah, fair play to them. Yeah, for keeping it cool there. So with that done, we are going to, as always, move on to Art of Rally for the final, for a little bit. There it is. Though actually, let me switch back to you a quick moment. There we go. So yeah, let's have a little look. Of course, we did the daily event on Saturday, where we finished 34th in the end, just so close to 33rd. But again, 34th racing number, coincidence. So let's see what we can do today. Group 3 at Germany for 4.2 tarmac stage. I just put my wheel away for this. Shortish stage in the rain. We've got a Porsche. That's a big jump there. I was a little worried that the car wasn't going to come down too smoothly. But it landed just about alright. Rear end fishtailing a little bit with the rear engined Porsche. I thought I hit that right high beam on the right for a brief moment. There's the finish. No mistaking this car for sure. Yeah, that's right. Up to 16th, that's a really good finish. Up in the top 5%. Yeah, that's a really good stage. Yeah, certainly one of our better results for sure. Let's move on to the weekly event then. Where last week we finished 94th. I remember we had a troublesome stage, maybe a bad bounce off a jump, if I remember correctly. And we recovered to the top 15%. Let's see how this goes here. Group 3 again at Indonesia, starting off with a 10.5 kilometer stage, a bit longer. Again, in the rain, we're in... I feel like I recognise this car, but the name isn't quite coming to me. You can see the finish there of the stage, but we've got 10 kilometers to go before we get there. A little bit wide through there. Compromises our line through this left-hander. I kind of see what you mean by the back looking like an Alpine, but the A110 is a Group 4 car, if I remember correctly. I mean, it does kind of look a little generic rear-wheel drive car. Like, kind of giving me 240Z vibes, Ford Escort vibes. I got it by the Ferrari. Yeah, Lisa, I appreciate the apology, but yeah, looking back at that replay, there wasn't much you could do getting hit by the Ferrari. It's just kind of awkward. Sort of three cars really tried to go for a gap that only two cars could fit in. And yeah, unfortunately the Ferrari came and pushed you in towards me. Yeah, so no worries. I appreciate the apology either way. It's a shame that, you know, the Ferrari did hit you, because it also then spun you across the track and getting collected and having to RTG. Yeah, and you having to RTG certainly hurt your race a lot more than it hurt mine, so yeah, it's just a shame. Yeah, it's just a shame that Ferrari and Mustang, or the Mustang especially, was just a bit careless with their rejoin, and that the Ferrari wasn't also a bit careless, just driving into you. Well, here we are at the finish then of the first stage. Starting off with the 28th place in the top 10%. That's definitely a good start. Let's see if we can keep that up through this 4.3 kilometer stage. Rain has stopped now, so we can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. There's just going to be a bit more grip. Make sure not to run too deep into that junction. Careful over the crest. Quite a tight right-hander, that one. Gotta be very careful over that crest. Smooth landing there. There's the finish. Probably could have carried a little bit more speed through that final right-hander over the finish, but gets us up to 18th at the moment, top 10%. This is going well. We're going around the same stage again, but in reverse. So another 4.3 kilometers. No damage, as we've had clean stages, just clean the car. And we'll continue on our way. Hopefully we can continue making forward progress. Setting up that chicane very well, taking a tight line through the first right-hander, opening up the left-hander and carrying much more speed out of the corner. Maybe should have left it in third gear there, revving off the limiter in second. Don't hit that high bale. There's finish 153.0. That's a little bit quicker than the run through the other direction. Gets us up to 15th now in the top 5%. Just 7.2 kilometers remain for the final stage here. It's a bit foggy for this stage, but that should be all right. Oh, a Skoda. Interesting. .130 RS. The closer look at the front made it click for you. It's been a lovely car to drive. Very well balanced. Responding very well to inputs. Giving me good confidence. Not too far to go here. Maybe about 1 kilometer. There's the finish, 2:51.7 for the final stage here. That drops us to 17th. That felt like a very clean stage, but obviously not as quick as some others. We still remain in the top 5%, which is very good going. That's certainly a very good place to finish off. And yeah, what a really good run. Very clean run through the weekly event. Puts us 17th at the moment. Of course, today's only the second day of the weekly event. It starts on Sunday, finishes on Saturday. So plenty of time to go for that position to drop. But hopefully we'll hold strong in the top 5% at least as more people come through and complete the stage. Good run too in the daily event too. A couple of good fun cars with the Porsche and the Skoda. And yeah, nice fun evening. Nice way to relax, calm down after what was a difficult, disappointing, and frustrating race on ACC. Yeah, that's ACC, I suppose. That's Watkins Glen. It's not a typical Watkins Glen crash. A bit of carelessness from a couple of drivers, unfortunately. But yeah, that's what happens, which is a bit of a shame, because most people did very well to make sure there wasn't a crash. And even with those, sort of two crashes, people did a very good job of not letting that snowball into something really big that involved half the grid. It could have been a lot worse for people. I want to say no more than 10 cars were involved, which, okay, that does sound pretty bad, but when crashes at Watkins, especially when you have those S's where the track, you've got walls on either side of the track, and so when you do have one car that spins out of control, is spinning across the track, there's very little space for other cars to avoid. It's relatively high speed too, so you're going quite quickly. It's makes and of course you're going through corners as well. Can make it very difficult to avoid cars spinning across the track, because one car spinning takes up over half the track width, and that leaves like one car width for everyone to get through. And a lot of the times going up those S's, you're side by side in those early portion of the race, especially when you have a 48 car field like we had tonight. Ultimately we still finished 23rd, having qualified 29th. So despite the lap 1 crash, we still somehow made an advancement on our quali position. I guess the race kind of went sour for other people. If I made that extra pit stop to repair damage, and I was essentially going on to my second lap, 3 seconds in front of the leader going on to their third lap, you've got 1:45 seconds lap time. That was me about, let's say, 1 minute and 41 seconds off the lead on 2 laps into the race. Yeah, of course we ended the race like a lap and a half behind the leader. Actually, we ended nearly 2 laps down. I think the leader was only like 10 seconds behind us on track before they were coming up to lap us the second time. But yeah, I really struggled with the tires too. Significant graining on the front left of the first set of tires, both front tires on the second set. Yeah, that's a bit of a me issue. I know I can kind of end up graining tires in some circumstances, and yeah, I did it quite badly. If I didn't grain the tires and I had a bit of a better setup, I maybe could have been a second lap quicker. And even if we did have that lap 1 crash, being a second lap quicker would have, it would have kept me in front of more of those. I wouldn't have got lapped by as many of the leaders. And then, yeah, I wouldn't. It would have been very difficult to get into the top 20 with that lap one crash. Whatever happened, whatever pace I had, not unless I was like the fastest car on track. But yeah, I'm certainly not. You've got some drivers that are close to esports level, if not esports level themselves, at the front of that grid. Um, and yeah, it does seem like the Ferrari was a slightly weaker car. Um, which is a bit of a surprise to me. I honestly thought the Ferrari was going to be the stronger car there, um, because of how many long, medium, and high speed corners you have there. I thought, oh yeah, the Mustang will have the straight line speed, up the S's towards the bus stop. Yeah, Mustang's going to stomp the Ferrari. But I really thought the Ferrari would make up all that time back and actually a bit more through the rest of the lap to be the quicker car. But that wasn't the case. The Mustang was just as strong in the corners as the Ferrari, and then made up that extra time on the straights up the hill. And yeah, that made it the faster car today, which is surprising. As you've seen in the timetables too, whenever I checked it, it shows you the bop, the custom bop on top of the Kunos bop. The Ferrari lost was -1 kilo. The Mustang had +3 kilos. So that was a 4 kilo swing in favour of the Ferrari. So it shows you how kind of poor the Kunos bop can be. It's kind of lost its way a bit. Hasn't been updated in a little while now. Not since like the first half of this year at the latest. In previously, you would have got updates throughout the year, sort of as the esports series went on, but the esports series used a custom bop um, this year rather than a Kunos applied bop, like was the case for most of last year. But yeah, it does mean that we do find ourselves relying on communities like LFM. I think it's Pit Skill is a newer bop that's sort of being adopted by a number of communities. Um, testing cars and coming up with their own bop to bring the car, the quite considerably sized GT3 field that we have in ACC, to bring all the cars' performance just that little bit closer, and make them a bit fairer and more even. But yeah, that was it for today's stream. We've been going for nearly 2.5 hours. That's a decent stream. It's coming up to 10:15 now. Yeah, 10:15. That is late enough for sure. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Vala, Geeky, Aris, Jesse, Myron as well earlier on. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, Lisa. Unfortunate what happened there during the race. But yeah, thanks for popping in afterwards. I hope you enjoyed the Art of Rally if you're still around. And yeah, we will be back. The next planned race is on January 4th. Yes, which is this Saturday. It is back on the Mon Ultimate. We'll be taking a 3-hour race around Le Mans in the Mon Ultimate alongside a full hypercar class of 26 cars at the moment, and a considerable sized GT3 field as well, so should have plenty of multi-class action there. That will be starting 7:30 UK time on Saturday the 4th, later this week. And then after that, I think there is technically a little break before our weekly series gets started. Yeah, I think it'll be January 11th, like the next Saturday? Yeah, it might be the next Saturday that we have our first proper race. So yeah, but we'll try and plan some WRC streams in the meantime as well. I know I still want to go through the moments of that when I get a little bit of an opportunity. Might try and plan a beam stream or two. I've got a couple of ideas for beam streams that could be fun. But yeah, just need to find some time for them, and still got a bit of an editing project. Well, I say editing. Editing isn't the hold up, it's scripting at the moment. But yeah, the other video project I'm still working on that I should can try and make some more progress and get out very soon. It's been too long as it is since that was recorded. Anyway, as I said, that's going to do it for the stream. Thank you all again very much for joining. Hope you all enjoyed. Were able to enjoy the race somewhat, despite it being going the way it did. Let's just say. Yeah, I hope you all still enjoyed. But yes, thank you. Of course. I hope you all enjoy the final couple of days of 2024. It's been a good year of streams. There has been a lot of streams. I wish I could see how many streams I've done this year. Let me see if I can find out how many streams I've done this year. That's 50. We have done 97 streams over the course of this year. Some better than others, of course, but 97 is good going. Good going. And there should have been more. I don't know whether to be a little bit disappointed that I'm like 3 streams short of making um 100. I don't know whether to be a little bit disappointed in that, because there were definitely a couple of streams I wanted to do that events I signed up for that I missed, or for whatever reason. But yeah, this has been my first full year of doing streams as well. I did the odd stream last year, but then it was only sort of this time last year that we started doing regular streaming with all of the social races that we did around this holiday period last year. Mostly on ACC, the odd AC race as well. So yeah, what a year. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy the final day or two of, or day and a bit of 2024, and I hope you all have a magnificent start to your New Year's for 2025. But yeah, until the next stream, again, thank you all very much for watching, and yeah, I will see you next time. Bye bye.